Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this chapter, we will discuss basic elements of planning and decision making. First of all, we will discuss decision making and the planning process, and organization goals, organization planning, tactical planning, operational planning, managing goal setting, and planning process. As we start with this chapter, first of all, you have to see that the first step in any kind of activity, whether you are running a business or a non-for-profit organization, or you are starting a project, it's very important that you should have a careful planning phase of your business, because you have to see the feasibility of your project or any other business. You have to make the market study, you have to find out the external environment factors, opportunities and threats available in the external environment, and the strengths and weakness of your internal organization, because environmental scanning is a major step towards your planning process. But before that, your strategic emphasis, your vision statement and your mission statement is a starting phase of your planning process, because this is something which has been liquidized by the owner or the initiator of that business. So first of all, you have to develop a careful and a very realistic vision statement, mission statement, and based upon that, you have to see the external and internal environment factors, and taking all these things in view, then you will have to start a proper planning process based upon your intentions in the future and your many other factors. You have to take decision and make a certain operational plans for the achievement of these activities. So first of all, we will discuss decision making and the planning process. But before that, we can see an example of Procter and Gamble. Like for example, a few years ago, Procter and Gamble set a goal of doubling its revenues over 10-year period. The firm's top manager would have adapted an array of alternative options, for example, increase revenue by only 25% or increasing revenues by threefold. The time frame for the projected revenue growth could also have been somewhat shorter or longer than 10-year period that was actually specified. Alternatively, the goal could have included diversifying into new markets, cutting cost, or buying competitive business. So your goal might be one or two or three, but achieving or that goals or the pay or the method of achieving that goal might be different. So based upon that, you have to take decision that what is an appropriate or what is a feasible opportunity, or what is a feasible plan or decision to take in order to achieve your target for which you are planning. What is decision making? As being in the organization or at any is an important place where you are there to take decision. So for decision making, we have to perform our planning process, because in order to reach up to certain decision, it's very important that we should do the background work and find out the best possible way of doing something or making a right decision right at right time. So we can rightly say that decision making is the important or cornerstone or a driving force behind a planning process, and we are doing a planning process because we want to take a decision, and it underlies in every aspect of setting goals and formulating plans, because we are there to take decision. And in order to take decision, you have to do a planning process in order to reach up to an accurate decision, and a decision which give you desirable result. So planning, when we talk about planning, so all organization plans, but not in the same way. Every organization have significant way of planning their different activities, but whenever you are planning, it's very important that you consider your internal and external environment into your context, because these are the things. The environment is something which have a very deep insight and impact on the organization. whether it is external organization, whether it is internal organization, whether it is the task environment, whatever your environment is, it has a it can give you a good opportunity. External environment can give you good opportunity, or can poses a very potential threat. Or in internal environment, you have certain strengths and weaknesses. So knowing about all these things will help you to take proper steps and make proper plans for the future. So all goals require planning to guide in their achievement. Obviously, when you have a target in mind and we want to reach up to that target, so that target, reaching up to that target, we have to find out and search out the best possible way in reaching up to that goal. So planning actually help us, or these achievement of these goals, and planning and accurate planning and very best planning is required. But all goals are tied to higher goals and plans. Obviously, where you are working in the organization, and there are different levels of organization. So your lower level goals are tied up to upper level, and middle level, and middle level goals are tied up to the main goals, organization vision and mission. So organization mission is something very much important, which help you to recognize that what your business is, and what are your customer, and how you will serving the market. So this is actually the main goal, and all the planning documents are being derived from these missions. This slide clearly shows the planning process. First of all, if we look at the diagram, so this diagram suggests that first of all we have to see the environmental context. Then depending upon seeing the environmental context, the organization develop its mission, which has purpose, premises, values, and direction. Based upon all these things, your strategic goals and strategic plans were developed. And from your strategic goals, your tactical goals would developed. And from tactical goals, your tactical planning would be developed. And from tactical goals, your operational goals would be developed, and operational plans would be developed. And from tactical plans, your operational plans would be developed. So every goal and plan and values and direction are interlinked to each other, and all these things are linked to the organization overall mission. So the planning process always takes place within an environmental context. Manager must develop a complete and thorough understanding of this context to determine the organization mission, and to develop its strategic, tactical, and operational goals and plans. Every organization comes into being with certain goals and certain mission, certain vision in mind. But the goals are very critical for the organization's success, and they actually serve a number of purpose, as these are the main endpoints on which the company wants to reach. So based upon that, they have to develop their resources, their plans, and their organization resources, and marketing, and everything actually is being directed towards the achievement of these goals. Majorly, when we develop these goals, we have to see the four main purposes that these goals should fulfill. First of all, when you have a proper goal, it actually provide a guidance and unified direction for people in the organization. As if we have goal in mind, and we have carefully communicated these goals and achievements which we want to attain in the future to all levels of your employee, it actually help us to provide directions to our employee, and guidance to our employee. For example, Procter and Gamble's goals of doubling revenue by the year 2018 helps everyone in the firm to reorganize the strong emphasis on growth and expansion that is driving the force. That means that everybody knows that the main goal of the organization is that they want to double their revenues. They actually want to increase their revenues. So everyone, whether it is in the marketing field, whether it is a management department, whether it is in our accounting department or R&D department or any other sales department, department, everyone in every department were actually have a clear view of the organization goal. So obviously they all have a guidance and they have a direction towards the achievement of this goal. So the goals are the main purpose the goal will serve is that it provide guidance and unified direction to each and every people working in the organization or at different hierarchy level and different departments. Second purpose, which is being served by having a very clear goal in mind, is that it strongly affect on the quality of other aspects of planning. Effective goal setting promotes good planning, and good planning facilitate future goal setting. Obviously, you have to plan for your resources, you have to plan for your timings, we have to plan for our future sales, we have to plan for our marketing budget, and everybody have to make planning, time planning, cost planning, your performance planning, your quality planning, everything has to be done. So it actually, when you have a clarified goal, so every aspect of planning is being facilitated, and everyone is actually being efficient in planning their time, planning their resources, planning their effectiveness. For example, the ambitious revenue goal set for Procter & Gamble demonstrates how setting goal and developing plan to reach them should be seen as complementary activities. The strong growth goal should encourage managers to plan for expansion by looking for new markets opportunities. For example, similarly, they must also always be alert for comparative threats and new ideas that will help facilitate future expansion. As everybody knows that the company is going to grow, so there are growth motives associated with all the goals. So everyone in the company are striving to find out the growth opportunities for the company and communicate them to the main corporate level. Now the third purpose which the goal serve as, that it actually serve as a source of motivation of employees, as when the goals are very specific and not very difficult. It has certain type of difficulty, but not too much difficult, as they are attainable, and they can help motivate people to work harder, and especially if attaining the goal is likely to result in reward. So if you associate achievement of goal and attainment of goal with reward, so obviously it will also serve as a source of motivation. For example, the Italian furniture manufacturer uses goals to motivate its employees. Each craftsperson has a goal for how long it should take to perform his or her job, such as sewing the leather seats together to make a sofa cushion, or building wooden frames for chair arms. At the completion of assigned task, worker enter their ID number and job number into the firm's computer system. If they get a job done faster than their goals, a bonus is automatically added to their paycheck. So obviously in this case, everyone will try to achieve their goal on time, or a little earlier than that, in order to gain that reward. So not only the apart from other purposes, motivation is something which can help an employees to work in a very pleasant environment, and also try to achieve the goal as early as possible and in a best possible way. Another purpose which is actually very important for any kind of organization is the mechanism for evaluation and control. As the organization has targets, has identified and set up the goals, so it actually provide a mechanism for evaluation and control, as this actually help the employees in themselves and their supervisors and heads to evaluate their performance and find out that where are deviations, and if there are certain problems in the planning, or certain problem in the in any other aspect, or resource efficiency, or any other thing, so they can make the control of deviation and complete the task, or achieve the goal as early as possible and in a best possible way. For example, suppose that official of United Way of America set a goal of collecting 2,50,000 $100,000 from a particular small community. If midway through the campaign they have raised only 50,000, they know that they need to change or intensify their effort, because they should have 1,25,000 in the midway, and they have only collected 50,000. So this actually tells us their progress, and based upon their progress they can change their plans. They can change, they can make extra effort, and they'll try to target more people and in different ways in order to accelerate their campaign. So in this way we can say that if their goals are properly streamlined and properly communicated, they can also help the planners and help the supervisor and even the employees who are doing the work to evaluate and control their performance. There are different kinds of goal, and these goals are actually set up in different levels and in different areas and in the different time frames. We discuss these type one by one in the next slides. For example, when we talk about by level, that means that these are the goals which are actually developed at different hierarchy level. For example, at the upper level, when you have when there is where there is higher ups and their corporate heads, and their board of directors are working there. So these are the people who develop the main mission of the company and develop the strategic goals as well. After that, at the middle level, where there are middle level managers, and these managers have actually have to communicate these plans to the lower level and take the planning from the upper level. So these actually are the people who actually develop tactical plans that they have to provide people with proper resources at proper time. And lastly, there are operational goals which are actually done at the lower level, at operational level, where there are workers and who are performing their task in order to do the operations of the company. So these goals are actually being developed at the lower level of the organization. A little more explanation regarding the kinds of goals by level. Like for example, mission statement. At the top of the goal hierarchy is the mission, the organization reason for existence, that why organization has come into being. Actually, this mission statement is something which tell the people, or tell the organization, internal organization, as and the audience outside the organization as well, that what type of business the company will pursue, what customer they will pursue, what type of investment they will go, and what type of an employee relationship they want to have, and so on. There are many other things which are being depicted in this mission statement. It is actually the fundamental and unique purpose which differentiate a business from the others and identifies the scope of business operation, and it's actually the basis for development for all subsequent plans and goals. Obviously, this is the main plan and a master plan, you can say, and this on the basis of this master plan, all the other planning documents are developed. Without a mission, goal and plans may be developed haphazardly and not take the organization in the direction it needs to go. That means that if you have don't you do know you do not have any mission statement, you can make plans, you can make there are different type of goals, but it will not lead you to success, and it will actually sometimes it will lead to a disaster. For example, there is a fast food chain which has a mission statement that our mission is to operate chain of restaurant that will operate and serve high quality food on a timely basis and reasonable prices. So this actually tell us about their business is actually that there is a restaurant, and actually they are striving to provide very high quality food and in different specific timings, and they will actually provide them all this food at reasonable prices. So this actually provide the basis for other planning document of the company. Next is your strategic goals. Sometimes also they are called as official goals. These actually being derived from the mission statement, and these are also set by the top management of the organization, and they actually strive, or they are more broader, and they actually general issue, because they are the main goals, and from these goals then a tactical and operation goals and plannings would be developed. And if they describe where organization want to be in the future, and to the pertain to the organization as a whole rather than to specific department or division, because it is being planned, or it is being developed at the upper level. So they'll provide guidance, and they will provide planning for the whole organization, not for a specific department. For example, they'll provide 14% return to investor for at least 10 years, start or purchase new restaurant chain within 5 years, negotiate new labor contract this year. So these are the main strategic goals developed by the organization. Then we have tactical goals, and these goals are set by the middle level managements. And they are derived by your strategic goals and missions. They focus on how operationalize action necessary to achieve the strategic goals. As compared to strategic goals, these goals are shorter time are short for shorter time horizon, and they require to be achieved by major departments, divisions of the organization. For example, operational department, marketing department, and finance department. Like in operational department, their goals might be tactical goals might be that open 150 new restaurant during next 10 years, decrease food container cost by 15% during next 5 years, decrease average customer weight by 30%. So these are the operational goals. These are goals are associated with the operations of the company, that how the company want to perform his operations. Like they want to open new restaurant, obviously in 150 new restaurant 10 years. So this is their main goal, and they want to also decrease the food container cost by 15%. That means they want to have a cost efficiency as well. And lastly, they want to decrease the average time waiting time to the customer as well. So they want to continuously improve their operations. Not only improving their operation, they want to grow their organization as well. They want to expand their operation as well. Now look at the marketing department. They have a goal to increase sales by 5% per year for 10 years, target and attract 2 new market segments during next 5 years, and develop new promotional strategy for the next year. Now if you look, it is these are the goals associated with marketing department. Like sales, this is associated with marketing, so they want to increase the sale 5%, and they want to attract a new market segment in the next few years, and they also want to work on their promotional strategy. So these goals are related to your operational the marketing department. Then you have finance department. Then keep debt to no more than 20% for next 10 years, earn 9% on excess cash this year, and revise computerized accounting system within 5 years. So these are the goals associated with finance department. They want to be more efficient in finance department. They don't want to increase their amount of debt. They want to earn excess cash, or the return on excess cash. That means that if you have an idle cash, you make investment, you invest that in certain opportunities, and have return on this excess cash. And they want to make their accounts or accounts automation, and want to computerize all their accounts in the next 5 years. So these are their operational goals. They want to improve the efficiency of their finance department. Now we have operational goals. These goals are also called as objective, and these goals are developed from tactical goals and tactical plannings. These goals are set by the lower level management, and they are more precise, they are more measurable, and shorter, and are of shorter time horizon. And these are related to departments, work groups, or individual. For example, process 150 sales application each week, achieve 90% of deliveries on time, reduce overtime by 10% next month, and develop 2 new online courses in accounting. So these are the operational goals of different departments and different organizations. These operational goals are developed by the lower level managers, and these goals are specifically targeted to improve the operations of the company. Type of goals are by area. That means the organization also set goal for different functional areas such as operations, marketing, finance, account, HR, R&D. So we have different departments in the organization. So they have to develop different goals for different areas. Just like Hewlett Packard routinely set production goals for quality, productivity, and so forth. And 3M sets goal for product innovation. So every organization have their different departments, and for each department they have to develop different type of goals, like what type of marketing targets they want to achieve, what type of research target they want to achieve, and based upon that they develop their goals. Another type of goals, category of goals is by time frames. That means that we have long-term plan, we have intermediate plan, we have shorter time plan. Like when we talk about long-term plan, so long-term plans plan are mostly for 10 years or longer than that. When we have talk about intermediate term plan, so that actually comprise of 5 years or little more. Or when we talk about shorter plans, so that actually comprise of 1 year or a little more or less less time period. In case of strategic goals, these are long-term goals, tactical goals are intermediate term goals, and operational goals are shorter term goal, because strategic goals are being developed for the organization as a whole, and it actually related to mission statement and vision statement of organization. So they want to develop a goals which are for the longer time period. But tactical goals are goals which are for at the middle level. So these are the goals developed for intermediate time period. But operational goals are for the operational department, and these are the department which are indulged in operations. So these are short-term plans. The plans developed or goals developed at this level are for shorter term period, and like more or less about 1 year. So explicit time frame is actually open 150 new restaurant during next 10 year. Open-ended time frame is that maintain 10% annual growth. That means that sometimes we have a very specific time horizon, and certain time we have goals which are not associated with time or open. They have open time horizon. In the first case, when we have said that we should open 150 restaurant in next 10 years, that means that they have identified that in the next 10 years they have the plan. But in the case of open ended time horizon, they want to maintain 10% annual growth. That means that they want to maintain this annual growth for unlimited time period, because they didn't specify any time horizon over here. Now the question is that who is have the responsibility of setting the goals of the organization, and who are the people who are developing the goals. As when we talk about managers, so managers are the people who perform all the managerial activity, and planning is the initial activity which has to be performed by managers. So all managerial responsibility for goal setting should correspond to the manager levels in the organization. Like for example, we have talked about managers at different hierarchy level. So at mission statement and strategic goals are developed by the top level manager, like board of the director and other corporate heads, which lie at the upper level of the organization. But when we talk about tactical goals, so these goals are being developed at the middle level of the organization. So middle management is responsible for the development of tactical goals, and they have to work with top management and develop these tactical goals. But operational goals are being developed at the lower level of the organization. So these operational goals are being developed by lower level management, and they have to consider the tactical goal as well, and from that they have to consider the middle level management as well, and along with them they'll develop their operational goals for the organization. Being an organization, it's very important that the manager is indulged in managing multiple type of goals. Like for example, organizations set different kinds of goals and sometimes experience conflict or contradiction among goals. For example, we will take the example of Nike. They had actually problem with inconsistent goal. That means that the firm was producing a very high quality shoes. That was their manufacturing goals, but they were not much stylish. That is their marketing goal. So as a result, the company lost substantial market share. To us, now, if you look into this, we have to ascertain that when the organization is developing multiple type of goals, and when at one end they are developing marketing goals, at the other end they are developing financial goals, at the other end they are developing their HR goals and their operational goals, or manufacturing goals as well. So you have to have a balance between all these, that they one goal should complement the other goals. Like we see in the example of Nike that they have a contradiction with manufacturing goal and the marketing goal. So in order to address such problem, management must understand the concept of optimization. And what is optimization? We will study this concept in the next slide. Optimization actually allows manager to balance and reconcile conflicting goals. That means if they have different goals, and these goals do not complement each other, so you have to find out the best possible way in which these goals reconcile with each other. For example, they can choose to pursue one goal and exclude all other to seek a middle range goal. For example, Home Depot has achieved dramatic success in retailing industry by offering high quality home improvement product at low price and with good services. So in order to satisfy your customer, and also achieve a success in the market, and in the and achieving and achieve your goals, it's very important that you should optimize optimization. You should use optimization approach, and based upon that you should pursue such type of goals which can complement each other, and they should not contradict each other.